Welcome to Real Talk with Sean, everybody. This evening, I have the pleasure of speaking with Domo, who is disabled. I want to thank you so much for joining me this evening, Domo.
I appreciate you for having me.
Absolutely. I actually appreciate you. I really do. And I want to let you know that I think that you're strong. You're strong to be able to put yourself on the forefront and speak out and let people know that just because you're disabled does not mean that you can't live a happy, fulfilled life. And we need more of you out there.
I appreciate you. Yeah, I try not to claim that I'm like with my mouth by word of mouth.
Okay.
The disabled.
Okay.
Because I'm more than able.
I like that.
I do way more than what others look at. They say you do more than what I'm doing, and you're in the world. And I just don't like to sit still. I like to get on the move, and that's always been me. So that's just how I conduct myself. It's not even something that I work at. It's just me.
That. I like that. I like that. You don't let that define who you are. Matter of fact, to the point, like you said, where you don't even use the D word. I like it because
I got it on paperwork.
You know, the government always got, they got to have their say.
But I am a part of the community, so I accept and I am a part of it. So you'll see me hashtag disability TikTok, and all the hashtags, because there are people out there that are just like me. It's a whole community of us, and we have to work together so that we can move forward. Otherwise, we're gonna be stagnant and not know how to really go about this life, because we don't know everything, and we have to learn from others and their experiences, not only ours.
There you go. You're absolutely right. I mean, no matter how old you are, you still can learn. And I mean, we learn from each other, no matter how old or young we are. That's the way the world evolves, and we keep moving forward. Were you born with a disability? And I know you don't like to use that word, but
we gotta. That's the topic. We gotta use it.
I appreciate you for that.
No, yeah. I was not born with a disability. I had a couple of loose screws, but
okay. At least you can admit it. At least you can admit it.
But no, I wasn't born this way. I did suffer from a spinal cord injury, which I'm a survivor of, and I was involved in a car accident. I don't know how much of that you know, but I was involved in a car accident. So this happened when I was 18. Okay. Right now I'm 30, so going on 12 years ago in August, it'll be a whole 12 years.
Right. 12. Okay, well, hey, you survived, and that, for one thing, that lets you know that you were meant to be here. I ain't no doubt about that. You know what I'm saying?
Because somebody prayed. Honestly, I'm here because somebody prayed. Somebody was praying for me, for sure.
There you go. There you go. I can imagine, like, when you woke up. I mean, like, tell me what happened. Like, when you actually woke up, what do you remember about it?
I don't remember anything. I remember everything up until the moment that I fell asleep. I was in the back seat behind. I was in the back seat without my seatbelt on, and I fell asleep. So I remember everything that happened that day, up until the moment I fell asleep. I woke up in the hospital instantly, like biting on some tubes that were in my mouth and down my throat, which was what I later found out that I was on life support. So I had tubes down my mouth and my nose, and I was pretty much just woke up to a whole new reality of people telling me that I was paralyzed, and that's all I could hear. I didn't know anything, or I didn't know anything for that matter. All I knew is that I was in a hospital and I was being poked at and stuff. My accident happened on August 9th, 2010. It took till August 25th for them to take me off of the ventilator and stuff, the breathing machines and stuff. And when they took me off, I was able to make a phone call because I was about an hour and a half from home. So my
Right.
family had to drive back and
Oh,
forth to come see me.
right.
So my mom wasn't with me at that moment. She was having people change shifts because she had to tend to my
Right.
little sister, my older sister there at home, you know. So she started to tend to family and also accept her new reality too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so I called my mother and I was like, first thing that came out of my mouth was, "Mom, I talked to Jesus. I'm gonna be all right."
I know that's right.
They took me the breathing tubes off, and then she flew up the freeway. And when she came up there, she was able to talk to me for the next few hours, and we sat up and cried because that's when I found out that I was involved in the car accident. And she told me that my friend had fell asleep behind the wheel
Hmm.
while while she was driving. That caused a multi-car collision, and most of the damage was done to where I was seated at.
Okay.
There was three of us in the car. I was the only person that was injured, and there's a guy that was speeding behind us. He was injured as well, and then I later found out that he was paralyzed as well. The older guy, I don't know even know if he's still alive to this day, but
Right.
yeah, there were three people in total that were hurt, but only me within our car that was hurt. Um,
Wow.
they didn't have a scratch on them. I had no blood to the outer part of my body except for a drop of blood on my shirt, and that was coming from like my eyebrow area. I had
Uh-huh.
big, I had a bruise right here on my eyebrow.
Right.
There was just a drop of blood on my shirt. But what my injuries were I broke most of my neck from C3 to C7, and I broke my left hip. They had to cut me out the car. I was stuck in the car. My leg was, and I had internal bleeding, so they had to do surgery. They had to do three different surgeries. I believe it's three. Um, my neck from the front and the back, as well as my stomach for the internal bleeding. I did have pneumonia as well, so it took them a whole like they had to stop after the first surgery and wait and do the next surgery, and then I mean, from the moment I woke up, I mean, I had to do what I had to do, which was continue to fight. And
Exactly.
like because I had spent some time with God, I don't remember what it
Hmm.
was like when I was in my coma,
Hmm.
but I know what it was like from the moment that I opened my eyes and I couldn't speak to nobody at all
Hmm.
but God.
Right. Right.
And before my accident, all I wanted was to um, know this life, understand this life,
Uh-huh.
and I was being led to figure that out by turning to God.
Uh-huh.
I noticed the moment I turned to God was the moment that my life started to spiral out of control
Hmm. Hmm.
from my view,
Right.
but it was Him trying to direct my path.
Right.
And it took time for me to realize that. And it took not only this accident, but I had so many things going on
Hmm.
within that year.
Hmm.
This was the fifth car accident that I had been in from February.
Wow. Right.
Not only was this the fifth car accident, but a month before, I had just went to jail.
Right.
Um, my mom had to bail me out, but in the midst of like all the trouble and the chaos,
Uh-huh.
you could see that I was trying to get my life together
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
by getting back in school after I dropped out, and
Right.
I was trying to get back in. I was trying to get into the Navy, so I was trying to get my credits to get into the
Right.
Navy. But God had other plans for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, Unfortunately, it had to be something traumatic because what else was going to get me where I am mentally today is what I see now. I
I,
didn't understand that then at all. I didn't.
I think that that's so strong of you. You have no, well, you do have an idea because you know it. That's very strong because our physical is not everything. Your mind is so much more. Your mental and where you are in your head means so much more. And so for you to take what happened to you physically and be able to process it mentally and find what direction he's pulling you in or what your path is and what your calling is, and you finally, he has your attention, it made you listen, and now
Mhm.
you're here now speaking out, showing people that, hey, just because you're living this life, you too can change. You can change. Do it before something happens, of course, but it doesn't always, you may not always be left here, but you're like proof that people change and that you can get on the right path. And he was
And
speaking to you.
don't get me wrong, because I I went through every emotion
Right.
and I still have emotions and I still
Yes.
go through things.
Of course.
So although I could find the good and the bad in this situation, there's other situations that have happened since then. I've
Yeah.
been through so much more within a matter of a span of 12 years,
Right.
let alone years in 1 year, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, it's a cycle.
Of
It's
course.
about balance and it's trying to uh stay afloat. That's what I'm trying to do in the midst of no matter what I'm going through. So yeah, I was placed through this so that when I experience bigger issues and harder issues, I'd be better able to deal with them.
Exactly.
Um, I didn't been through hell since this, if I'm
Right.
being honest, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But it takes something to get you through shit. Like, excuse my language, but
You
it
sure, hey man, we keeping it real. That's hey, get
real
through
talk.
shit. You're right.
It takes some, and it takes something for it. It takes God to allow certain things to happen in our lives
Hmm. Hmm.
for us to finally understand what it is that He needs and wants from us.
You're
Because if
absolutely
not,
right.
then we'll feel equal to Him, and now we got an issue because we're not nothing compared to Him.
Hmm.
You know, so yeah, I had to go through this, and I got it's more to come, and I don't know what's my life gonna be like in a week
Yeah.
from now.
But you got your armor on already. You ready for the fight. I already could tell. You got your armor on, even if we do fall weak, because that's you're human. Like you said, we have emotions and feelings. And if you did not have moments where you get depressed or angry or whatever those emotions may be, sad, then you wouldn't be human. But you still have your armor on. Like you're in it for the long haul. You're in it for the fight.
That's the only thing I'm getting. That's only because of God. 'Cause if you ask me how I got through this, God, I couldn't give you another answer. If you
Uh,
ask me how I got through anything else in my life, God.
Well, it's a true testimony. And
Yeah,
it's good that you actually recognizing it and being able to say it's God. That's how you feel. That's who it is. And you should speak it and speak it loud and proud. And I
yeah.
like that you do that.
He showed himself to me. I can't deny it. I mean, I cannot. He showed himself to me, and he showed out when he did it, and he's still
I like it.
himself. He's still proving himself every day. And it's all the people that are attached to me will witness it. That's the
Right.
thing. So I know he's doing a mighty thing in my life. I know he has it all mapped out. And he told me from the beginning. That's why I told my mom I'll be all right. That's why she knows I'll be all right.
Right.
Because no matter how long it takes, and I don't know when it's gonna happen, it could be any day now.
Mm-hmm.
But the belief that I have in my heart
Mm-hmm.
is guaranteed to come. He's gonna follow. He's gonna give me exactly what I'm asking for and what I've asked for. And not only that, but what he's promised me. Because he promised it way before I even asked for it.
That's what I
Mhm.
call faith. I mean, I know
Yeah.
a lot of people that have faith that's really faithful in their belief. They love to hear people talk like you because I mean, you're speaking some real stuff because faith is a big thing. And without it, you have nothing. So to believe in something and have faith, that's big. You
Yeah. And that's the subtitle of my book is called Broken but Healed.
Yes,
But the
ma'am. All right, your author, I know.
The, the subtitle would be The Story of a Street Girl's Ridiculous Faith. And that's because when I woke up from that coma, I had faith out of this world. I could not even find the depths to understand how I managed to pull forward with this type of faith, with this type of acceptance, you know?
Right.
Um, but God,
Right.
but
But so
God,
when you first woke up and they actually told you that you were paralyzed, what was, I know that you were sad, angry, you went through the emotions, but like really from your mouth, like what, or I can imagine, let me not say I know, I can imagine. But what did you feel when you first found out?
broken.
Right.
And I said that because I'm always been ready for life,
Yeah.
ready for the day. So I'm the type of person that's gonna get up at 7 o'clock in the morning with nothing to do, but I'm gonna get fully
Okay.
dressed and I'm ready for the day. I'm the
Right.
type of person that's gonna wake up at 7:30 in the morning and uh, wake everybody else up and see what they're doing so we can go figure it out. Cause
Get the day started.
I don't I don't want to miss nothing that's gonna happen today. So with being a I'm on the go type of person, I didn't think that this would ever be something that would happen to me. Um, as far as me losing everything that I've always done for myself, because um, I'm such a person that just I'm active. I'm just active. That's
Yeah.
all I can.
Yeah.
So be sat still. Um, it's a lesson.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lesson because I was moving way too fast, and that was the issue.
Right.
So that to sit me down, and I can't act off impulse. I can't move off impulse no more. But I'm in my right mind though.
Very wise mind. A very wise mind. I like it. I like
Bittersweet. I'm thankful though. I'm thankful that I have my mind. I'm thankful that I didn't lose my mind. I'm thankful that I didn't have a traumatic brain injury. I'm thankful for a lot. I'm thankful for my voice because I'm able to use it. I have not stopped talking. I don't.
it. And I don't want you to.
I don't stop talking.
And you shouldn't stop because you got something to say. And
I
you should
won't.
not.
I won't. Only God can set me up.
I know that's right. So what type of like so when you finally got home, you got and now you're about to settle into life again. You're home and this is the new reality now. How did you adjust to that part at home and the support? How did that part go?
My support was immaculate. I'll tell you that.
Seems like it from what you were talking about
I,
your mother.
from my family, my mom, poor mom, I love her to death. She didn't do it all. Then she's still my best friend and she still does it till this day. You know, and she's gonna die doing it if she has to. That's the thing.
No, that's right.
So
I would be the same
mom,
way with mine.
to have my mom, that was all I really needed. But to have the support system that I had
Mm,
behind my mom, put the icing on the cake. Cause
that's
my friends and my family, you know, and not that support didn't always stay. It came and went.
hmm
My mother stayed, you know,
That's
and
what I'm talking about.
that hurt her because she wasn't in her right state of mind.
Right, right,
She
right.
still has to wake up every day to her child not being who she was, and she knows how I am.
That's
So it's
so
her to
true.
today.
And I
But
and I commend you. I really commend you for recognizing that. And I'm pretty sure it seems like you're the type of person that's vocal. So I'm pretty sure you've told her that as well. But I'm glad that you recognize that because it did. It changed her life too, even though physically it changed yours, but mentally it changed hers. You're her
no,
baby.
it definitely rerouted her whole life.
Yeah, yeah.
This wasn't her plans either.
She's a
You
true mommy. She's a true mommy. She's
always
always by your
been,
side.
always been before this accident, so it's nothing new.
What I'm talking
Don't
about.
tell her enough. It's nothing new. So I mean, I learned from the best.
I like that. I can tell. I mean,
Mhm.
it had to come from somewhere. Somebody planted that seed.
And
you're not like that just by yourself.
somebody planted in her, and it kept getting planted, and it's gonna keep getting planted
That's
because
what
it's
we
worth
got to
the
keep
growth.
doing.
It's worth the growth. So
And that's what we got to keep doing out here. We got to keep doing that, using our voices to spread peace, to spread positivity and love. And
yeah,
that's what drew me to you. Because I love somebody that stands for something and that speaks out about it. You're not
yeah.
just hiding behind a door. You're actually doing it, saying it. And so for me, that's really, really big in this world, to be who you are and show your face with it. Because
I'm
that's showing your true self.
I'm living it, so why not? I'm living it. This is my life, and it was given to me. I'm still blessed with it. So I mean, I'm just trying to enjoy the ride and bring whoever I can with me because I mean, it's a tough road.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
to be able to, I know how many people, how many lives I've touched, and how many people that I've touched without even speaking to them ever in my life.
Right.
I, I've done so. I'm continuing that. I'm trying my best. I do have my moments where I can't be involved with anybody at all, so I'll hop off of everything
Yeah,
because my peace is more important than anything. But I'm always getting right back to it because I know where God wants me.
I like
But
that.
it's gotta have the breaks too.
You have to do that because if you're not mentally right and you don't take those breaks for yourself, even though, we're out there on the forefront, fighting the battle, you're doing it, but you got to take a break for yourself in order to be good for everybody else, because you
Exactly.
can't forget you. And sometimes we need those. And then again, at the same time, you still have your own battles. And this is still something that you're adjusting to. Like you said, it's been 12 years. There was a bigger piece of your life prior to you having to be in a chair now. So,
Yeah.
that's something that you are going to be dealing with forever, and one day, I got you getting up and walking. Shoot.
No, seriously. Let's believe it because it's gonna happen for sure.
That's what I'm talking about. The mind works with the body, it all works in sync.
And
So
God confirmed it to me too many times for me not to believe it. And anytime that I do get frustrated, He gonna remind me of it too.
that's what I'm talking about.
I gotta wait for it.
Yep.
But I
It's not
it's
going to happen in our time. It's going to happen at the right time,
yeah.
not in our time. And frustration is normal too, because like as that's an emotion, and so you're going to go through that, so that's normal as well. But patience is a virtue,
Yeah.
and after you get through those emotional stages, get back in the fight, get your head back right, like you said, and then
Yeah.
you're right back on doing what you do best. So
No,
what
for
about your book? Like, so tell me more about the book. Like, what I'm going to get the book. What tell me what the book is about. I can imagine, but you tell me what it's about.
well the book it overall it gives you a sample of who I was growing up,
Okay.
and then it moves into uh, how I was affected during my childhood from certain things and what that caused me to do in my own personal life. And then it moves into the accident and the ending. It tells you how a person overcomes so many things, but it's not only have they overcome, but they're still struggling with life.
Exactly.
I mean, uh, it's really just an inspirational, motivational piece for other people to keep pushing forward no matter the obstacles. Because, yeah, we're going to go through things.
Absolutely. We're always going to go through obstacles. They may be different than our neighbors or the next person, but nevertheless, it's an obstacle. And we're always going to have those. So,
Yeah.
it's best to be prepared when we're meeting them. And when I say be prepared, I mean be prepared up in our head. Tell me about your dating life before I let you wrap it
Dating?
on up.
No, I'm not. Well, I'm not dating, but
Okay.
um, I'm open to it. Uh, I had a lot going on in my personal life, and I
Right.
don't really involve anyone too
Yeah.
much to get my stuff together. So, and I don't really like people.
I understand that.
So, get to know people and stuff like that. Like, I'm not into that right now. I'm more so just trying to build my foundation.
Yeah,
So, because when you're in a relationship, they come and go,
that's true.
and I don't have time for somebody to come and just go real quick and build or take from me, because a lot of people take from my energy. They just drain my energy.
They take
Not
from your
in
energy.
my life to love and be loved.
Right, right,
They're
right.
more so in my life because of what is beneficial to them. So I have to protect my energy. So right now, um, I'm more so on a peaceful thing.
I got you.
But when it comes, it comes. I just saw somebody that day that I've almost don't want to say number, but I just I
Hey,
time. I just don't be having time
I feel
to
you on that.
involve myself. But like I said, I'm open to it. When it comes, it comes.
Right.
I'm just out here searching for it
You're
and
right.
having conversation with everybody. I can't do it. I don't like people.
Right. It's just gonna have to be natural, like you said. It's not like you're looking that person when it happens. It literally has to just be a smooth transition.
Yeah.
I got
And
you.
I
I got
don't like people.
you.
'Cause I love people. It's just I don't like the old talking phase and all getting to
Right.
know you all over again
Yeah,
and all.
I understand
But
that.
afterwards, that's something that I'm doing at the moment. I'm
Yeah,
more so
yeah.
laid back. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then I'm
Right,
cool alone, because I've lived with being alone for some time now. You
right.
know, when I had a relationship, when my accident happened, and then I had probably one more, and things just it's a lot different when you're in a wheelchair
Yeah,
or when you
yeah.
have a disability, I think,
Hmm.
because more way more vulnerable. So I'm very, very, very protective over myself. I don't have time to open up and let you experience my trauma and what I go through,
I
and then
get it.
you up and now you gone, and I didn't expose you to something that is very, very sensitive to me. So
Yeah.
now you know, it
Hmm.
takes time. So if
I
somebody
get
wants to
it.
involve with me, it's gonna take time, and they're gonna have to wait for sure. It's gonna take a lot of time because I got trust issues for
Yeah,
real.
and the right one, like you said, the word, the right one, because the
Yeah,
right one is going. They're going to do all of those things. It's not even going to be a question. It's just going to happen, like we
get
said.
it naturally.
Yep, yep. And she's out there, or
See,
she's hey, look at me.
see,
She's out there. Well, before we wrap up, tell everybody where. First of all, tell us about your book one more time. Where can
my
we
book,
buy the book?
my book is called Broken But Healed. For $20, my website is www.brokenbutthealed.com.
Mm,
I also have wristbands that say Broken But Healed, as well as Ridiculous Faith on them. So
okay.
those are both purchasable on my website as well. Uh, it's primarily about who I was before my accident, and all of my emotions you can feel throughout the accident. I explain all that, and then I explain me overcoming a traumatic and a very, very, traumatizing situation. It's just me overcoming this and
Awesome.
still living my life still to this day. But also, I'm still at the end. I'm telling y'all how I'm still struggling. I'm not out here living as if I'm in a perfect position, because I'm not.
Right. Hey, neither are we. Hey, so you know what I'm saying is, and anybody that try to act like they are, they're lying to themselves. So stop. You know, where can we follow you? What's your social media information?
Follow me uh, Instagram and TikTok and YouTube under It's Domo, ITZDOMO 91. On Facebook, Mikeia Simpson. And I mean, yeah, if you just Google search me, Mikeia Simpson, you'll find me everywhere.
Okay. I like it, y'all. My people support you. Y'all support her. I follow her. She's positive. She's young. She's doing her thing out here. Strong Black woman. We need to follow her, y'all. Will you promise to always spread peace and love in this world?
Oh yeah, no, it's already promised. That was already promised before you asked me to.
That's what's up. And I
Because
appreciate you.
God got me doing that.
That's what I'm talking about. I need you to keep doing that. That's what's up. And I
And
appreciate you and I want to thank you.
you keep doing what you're doing because you're doing the same thing. You're spreading the message.
Thank you
And that's
so
what
much.
we need to do. Real talk, you know? And I'm
Mhm.
glad, I'm thankful for thankful to be here. I appreciate your invite because you obviously recognize the work that I have done or that I'm doing. So
Absolutely, I do. Just know that you're being noticed, like you just said, because I noticed you.
I
So you're definitely being noticed, and I'm going to keep following you and supporting you.
likewise, I am as well. I will.